We are so close to always having to bow our knee to the world systems, y'all. We have got to be mindful of what we are doing. We've got to be careful about what we're doing. And I'm not saying that God can't use us teachers in these dark places. I'm not saying that God can't use you in the unions. And I'm not saying God can't use you to go into that industry or that job site or that place. But what you cannot do is allow it to stick to you and then bring it back here and make it all seem like it's great. Right? There's got to be a disconnect. We've got to be able to go into the world, penetrate the darkness with the light of Christ, and then allow that light to stay there and keep the darkness from getting on us, you know? And that is not easy at all. But there are some in Thyatira who do not hold to this teaching. And he tells them, I do not lay on you any other burden. It's interesting when you go back and you look at Acts, there's a passage, a place in Acts where they're fighting over, like they're still, we should still be circumcised and we're still Jewish. And the disciples are like, no, we're not. No, we're not. And here's what we're going to say. Here's what we decide. There are two things you should not do. Don't eat things sacrificed to idols. Don't eat what's still bloody. And number two, don't commit adultery. That's it. The church literally said, we're not going to put any other burden on the Christian. And isn't it interesting that here it is again, Christ confirming that message in Acts by saying the same thing. I do not lay on you any other burden. Only hold fast to what you have until I come. This is what he calls us to, beloved. No other burden, except that we refrain from idolatry and adultery.